All right, this is Antonio Hernandez for the CIRC10 C attempt. We are currently working with temperature sensors. And I'd like to preface this by saying I do not own a, I think it's like TMP 23 or 34, I forget the number exactly, but the temperature sensor requested for in this particular project I do not have. So I'm instead using the DHT11, which does temperature and humidity. But in order to do that, I needed to download a specific a different library and figure out how this sensor works. But I think I've got it working. The temperature readout, as you can see down in the bottom with the serial monitor, is in Celsius, and the humidity, I believe, is the actual humidity, not relative humidity. But let's run through this real quick. So we have our DHT library that I mentioned earlier, and then we have a calling for the resources in said library, the initialization of our output pin so that we can get these results here, setting of the baud rate for the serial interaction, calling for the actual pin in the loop so that we can parse that data, and then the serial print commands here in the first and third position here are specifically for printing the words temperature and humidity so we can make sense of the data down here without having to already know what the numbers mean. And then we have a calling for our two data points, the temperature and the humidity, with a 1 second delay before it parses again. And then we have our circuit over here. That orange cable there is over on our digital in-out pin. I believe it's on pin 10. And then we have our 5 volt going from the board across the trace through our sensor here. The positive is that middle pin, the negative is the pin over here. And our data pin is the one here on the far left. And we got a readout. Every second it pulls the sensor again for the temperature. I'm not entirely certain why it flags junk data every other pull. I believe I set up the circuit correctly, but it does correctly read 24 Celsius, which is about around 80 Fahrenheit, which is what we're looking at.